Just fired up 2 more tables. Going to continue for a bit. Turned out we were down like $1 something in that session, which is strange. Seemed like I was up. I know I lost a flip early on. I think with no clubs, we'd possibly check that back. Kinda not sure. I'm gonna bet it. I think you might take our tanker's weakness here and come in with a raise. I think with 2 overs, blocking Queen Jack, Ace Jack, we can call. You can do this with clubs as well. We can turn some better hands. Gonna call. 6 of clubs, not ideal for us. I think we're gonna fold now. I mean, we lose to any jack, we lose to any flush. Not the best turn. We'll get out of there. Forget about that hand. Move on swiftly. So 3-way pot, and he leads pot. We have ace king suited. I think we just muck this. Not an ideal start. Always perform the selected action. Check. Even against this tiny bet, don't think we're ahead. I mean, we're ahead of like queen, not really, because they've got a gut shot. I think we just muck. Do we want to put this into our 4-bet bluffing range? Problem is we unblock his really strong hands. We probably prefer a call because we're unblocking kings, aces, and stuff. And if it does come a lowish flop, we're going to have good board coverage. Don't think we want to raise. I think if we have 8s, I mean, we have more 3s for sure. Well, we don't have any 3s actually. So we're going to we would 4-bet bluff ace-3. I think we'd call any 8. We're going to check back. Question is now, do we raise or just call? I think we just call. And then check. Not the best river. Might have been a decent river to lead, actually, because he's likely to call with any ace. Well, it's looking at his exact hand. Raising the 8, he would have mucked instantly. Well, maybe not. Depending on the sizing. I think I'm going to get out of the way here. Flop bottom pair, ace high. I think I'll start with a check. Not going anywhere. We can turn decent 2 pair here. We're going to fold the king 10. Queen Jack get the... Okay, when he checks back, what do I think he has? Might check back with a 9, like ace 9. Might check back with a king some of the time. Don't think I'm ahead here. Looks like he had A and he decided to check muck and give up. Excuse me. 7 Jack Jack. I'm gonna check back. Didn't mean to rhyme that then. Picked up a pin, a flush draw. I don't think we should raise. I don't think we should fold. We're gonna call. Let's think about this a bit longer. I think we call. King's not the greatest hand. I mean, he could min bet this with King Queen for sure. So I think the King improves him quite a bit. Still think we should check back though. He's not folding a King. Or Ace Queen for that matter. So the left hand table, I think we're going to check back. It's going to be difficult for him to call, and when he does, it's normally going to beat our hand. We got some okay-ish turn cards we can see as well, so I think taking a free card is okay here. Definitely could be ahead, but I don't think we need to bet yet. Well, he's checked twice. Don't think he has a jack or an 8. Could have a 9. Doubt he has a 10. I think we can bet. Try and bet for value. Maybe get a call from 7s or something. Yeah, and before check raise comes in. We could roll off a 9. So I'm not going anywhere yet. So we're going to call. I don't think I need to raise him again. If he just has a random case 8, he could slow down now. For sure. With the flush rolling off. See what he does. I think we're going to put in a raise here. With a decent 10. Yeah. So he definitely could have an 8 for sure. Not going to bluff. We're just going to check back, try and win. Yeah, just have an 8. I think that's a brilliant river. Ace 10, he might even raise my raise. So I think we're good here. Maybe I just try and bet a biggish size, get a call from 10 Jack, Queen 10. Nine 10, yeah, that was a good read. We had a decent read on this guy and all, but checking back with the ace of clubs, I think is a bit too passive. He's actually check raises on the eights. He's not doing that with the flush draw. Or a straight, so it's either a case 8 or a boat. So he should be barreling the river, basically, any river. Might be wrong. If I put him on that range, then he's only check raising that turn with trips or better. I can still call with this because I can river a straight and a better full house if he does have a random 8. So I think a call is fine. I think the hand was played okay. We're going to 3-bet this for sure. For some reason I got this guy tagged as a weaker player. Raise this guy. Queen eye board. We're going to start with a c-bet. Do I want to size up? I want to size up, just put in a tiny bit more forward equity, a tiny bit more pressure, try and get a bit more forward equity with a little bit of extra backdoors we have there. I think it's better than betting 1/3. I was hoping for this guy to shove. I think we can check back here with the king of hearts. We're just going to bet. I mean, this guy for sure can have sixes. For sure have a straight, could have a set, but he could also have tens, jacks, queens, and he's just waiting for a run out with no ace or king. Just going to get it in. If I lose, I lose. There's a bluff. Nice. Let's label that guy. I know other content creators have fun player or recreational as their tags, but I don't care. Say it like it is. Fish, whale, solid egg, weak, knit, calling station. I mean, calling station is a bit of a shit. Excuse my French tag. Anyway, that's more like a tilt tag. You just set somebody to calling station. If you lose a big pot, and you're like, oh, what a nit. Well, not what a nit, what a knob. Tag him calling station makes you feel a tiny bit better then, doesn't it? I think we can peel here. Just try and flop a flush. Okay, the plan is going well so far. Plan's super improved. I think we're going to go for a check raise. Like a really large check raise. Let's see what she does. And now I think we can go for a bluff. Try and get value off ace high. Let's go for like this much. It's talking rubbish there. Not trying to get value. We're trying to fold out ace high basically. And we definitely play like a check bet line, bet small line with a weak pair there for sure. So this has gone raise, call, and now he leads. It's decent for my range here, and it's quite messy, so I'm going to put in a small raise on the flop. Decent turn. Pretty deep. I think I'm going to put in a overbet. We get the fold. Not ideal. Thinking was there that he's probably got the type of hand where she's calling anything. Maybe I'm wrong. I felt like he had a flush draw the way he led that. I think I'm gonna bet this. We get a fold. Do I want to shove? I think a shove looks weaker than a raise, so I'm gonna shove. Queen Jack. Come on. Ah, it's not what we want to see. It's not what we want to see. Oof. You're a whale, son. Eight, nine. I think we can muck. Maybe with backdoor spades, we could put in a three, like a raise as a bluff. But I mean, ace high flop. We need to give this guy a lot of credit. Pocket twos, three ways. I'm just gonna check. See if we can revert a set. And then we just smuck. Should we get poker track going? I've already uploaded the other video, so this is going to be either a new video on its own. I don't know how long I have, so if it gets to 30 minutes, I'll upload this as its own video. If not, I'll wait. Well, the hands are loading. I'll update you guys on the graph as well if I get time. What's happening here? that's doing something. Yes, the screen might went black a minute ago, but that's when I just loaded up Poker Tracker. Okay, so we pick up 9s from the cutoff. Going to open. I see this clown about. Not sure if he's a reg or not. Against a small blind squeeze, he's done it pretty small, so we're going to call this time. We definitely could be ahead. Well, we're ahead the majority of the time, actually. We're definitely ahead now. And don't see any reason to raise in position. We're just going to let him hang himself. Nice that we hold the diamond as well, which is good. We're going to fold that. And the sizing he's chose, I don't think he's folding, so we're going to tank for a while and then shove. Might use the run it twice feature for this, just to stop the tilt. Does fold. That's a crazy sizing to use and then fold. Maybe a call there is better always. The reason I raised it, I just thought no player is ever betting that and then folding to a jam. So just thought thought he was going in inevitably anyway, but apparently not. Don't like his sizing here. We can't do anything at all. So we're going to fold. Check this back, looking for a jack. We'd have raised him with any strong aces or kings. So I don't see why we should bet big here or anything. We're going to snap call this bet. Pray to the poker gods. There we go. There's somebody out there listening. Question is, what sizing? I mean, he could definitely have the same hand as me for sure, the way he's played it. And he's going to come in with a check raise. But he seems really weak. So what do I want to do? Don't think betting pot makes sense. Do I want to bet large? I think I'm just going to bet really small. See if I can induce a raise. If he raises though, I think we've got the same hand, but no, he calls. King 9. There we are then. Decent value bet there. I listened to Phil Galfond Chance Corneth interview the other day, and they were talking about like stuff they've read and stuff they've learned from solvers and whatnot. I think this deep is a call, and now we're just snap folding. And he's basically saying that when he first started the challenge, he was trying to implement a poorly. He was implementing a poorly implemented strategy, a solver strategy, a poorly implemented solver strategy. That's what I'm trying to say. And he was losing massively because it's impossible to learn all the frequencies and everything from a solver. And some of these bet sizes I'm using and strategies I was using was stuff that I've learnt in quotation marks from watching other streamers. But the problem is other streamers and other players have put in the work behind the scenes where I necessarily haven't put in as much work. So over the last couple of sessions, decided to take their advice and basically play using trusting your own instincts and your own skills and develop your own strategy rather than trying to copy someone else's. And when my mind is fresh and I'm in the right mindset, I think I do have an okayish ability to break down hands, and I have played poker for so long. I do have a decent instinct when I play as well. I think I've been oversea betting boards like this as well in some spots. We're gonna size up with no diamond. I think we could probably call this. Do I want to check this back? No, I mean we block king queen. I think we bet to try and protect against diamonds. I was gonna call that. I think we can call that for minimum defense. And now we're just gonna check back. We lose to 8-9. And question is, do we want to call? What was the action? I think blocking top pair, blocking two pair, unblocking diamonds. I think we have to call this. I think, especially checking the river. I'm gonna call. Could be wrong though. King queen, unlucky. Maybe he chooses a bigger sizing as a bluff on the river. Don't see any reason to bet here. Check it back. Turn to 10, which is nice. See how this went pre-flop. So I raised normally, he called. I mean, it seems okay, but against the hijack, I think king queen is probably a 3-bet. It's not terrible though. Is this a call? Doesn't matter, I've timed out. See if we could have played this differently. Comes down king I. Don't have any diamonds, so we decide to bet. Seems okay. This guy's just called us, so he could have. Well, he could have king queen, but it seemed unlikely to me. Like, I would be 3-betting that from that position, mostly. So we'd have hands like 10 jack suited, like, I don't know, queen jack suited, queen jack off, pocket nines, pocket eights, pocket sevens, pocket five, pocket six, stuff like that. Start with a small bet on this flop. I think we would bet this flop pretty small. Guy calls back pretty fast. Pick up a 7, I think we're going to call. We're going to give up on this, I think. Just the speedy call that bet. And I think we want to put in a raise here. Is he calling? No, he's not going to call anything better, is he? So anything worse, we'll just call. Don't think he's calling with a queen there if I raise. Possibly could. Debating whether to open that. I think that's a fold. Nice. So I just checked and we're up $8.75. So claw back. Really stupid losses from the last couple of sessions, which is good. I think deep we want to call this. I think fold is terrible. Raise, I'm not sure. You might want to raise that. So we flop pretty well here. If we do hit a 10 or a 6, I think our hand will be disguised because he's more likely to think we have flush draw. So if we size up. So I'm going to do that. So we're looking for the 10 of diamonds or the 10 of hearts or something. That would be amazing. King of clubs was not on the menu. Checking back now, trying to river a straight, of course. Unlucky us. So plan didn't pan out, so we're just going to check fold. I think queens want to check back here. Let him think he catches up if he has, you know, 8s or 9s or something. Controls the pot if he does have a king. I mean, it's unlikely he has a good king because he raises ace king, we block king queen. Could have king jack. I'm going to fold this. I think now we bet just enough to maybe get a call from lower pocket pair or a 10 or something. Brilliant river. I think now we can overbet. Like really large. Tank for a bit and do it, and he's going to think it's a bluff. Or he might think it's a bluff. And he might get us, he might try and hero call us. He folds. I think that makes sense in my head anyway. Obviously we get owned if he does have the king. Deep. I think I like a call. Going to be floating with a gut shot. I'm going to fold this. Then on the king, we're going to fold. For sure could have kings, which, you know, we're destroyed. You could have ace king. So we're drawing to basically one out, which could be dead anyway, because you could have a flush as well. So we're pretty toast. One sec. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. I've got about 10 minutes and then I gotta shoot. I'm gonna complete this. I think it's okay. We're getting like ridiculous about the one. Do we want to lead this? Pairing a flush draw? Or do we want to go for the check raise? We are ridiculously deep, that's the problem. Like all of us. I think against this size we're okay getting it in if he wishes. So I'm gonna raise him. I'm happy with the fold there, to be fair. Calling from the big blind. I think this will interact with him a bit. We have basically no equity, so I'm going to check back. We got ace high, haven't we? Don't think we want to build the pot massively. We've turned to 7. He did insta check. We could bet and protect against a flush draw. But I think that's pretty thin. I'm going to check again. I'm going to call. Going to go for a check raise here. We're going to fold this. Try and play a pot against this guy. I think you want to do a lot of checking on ace-high boards from the button. I'm not sure. And here we're going to bet. We got the best hand the majority of the time. Not sure about these spots. If anybody knows any content or videos or any training sites, I'm gonna bet now though, I think. Actually no, I'm gonna bet. Expect him to bet his aces on the turn. Probably. Well, diamonds get there. But is he checking diamonds twice? Diamonds get there. Is he checking diamonds twice? We do unblock diamonds. Is he? Unless he got ace deuce. Could have ace deuce. No, he's putting in a bet. I think I'm gonna fold. Not sure about that. We're gonna set mine with the threes. We're gonna peel one with a straight flush draw. I think it's worth this deep. Do we want to turn our hand into a bluff? I think with this hand we do exactly. Question is, do we want to check raise or put in a huge bet? I think a large bet should suffice. Opening jack six suited too thin from the button. I think we just get owned if we open that light. I'm gonna check this back. I mean, we have decent cards. This is probably appeal. We're gonna be calling this. Folding that. So now, I mean, we lose to a 10 anyway, for sure. We chop with a 5 if we did have a 5. And we chop. I'm calling to chop, basically. We're going to bet this. Not sure about that one. I think I got bluffed it. Okay. Because I don't have the nuts, I'm going to call. I think if I raise, he's only going to be getting it in with the stone cold nuts. So I'm just going to call. We have bottom set, so we don't want to go crazy. Do you expect him to bet a bit bigger with a straight? Now we boat up. Oh, now he's bet big. You could easily have eights. Right, because I don't think he's calling a jam without sevens or eights, I'm just going to flick in a call. I lose to 8-3 or 7. You know, I lose value against 8-3, 7-3, but I think we just call. Because, I mean, we only just value own ourselves otherwise. I'm not feeling good about this. It does feel like 8s or 7s, but 9-5. So we did have the straight. Not sure about the guy's sizing on the turn. I think we played that fine. And here, I think I'm going to peel. I think it's nice to have some strong aces in your calling range. I'm not going anywhere at the moment. We have loads of backdoors. 2 overs. Now we can fold. Looking for this guy to shove. Just to put this guy in the bin, I think. No, it doesn't. Get a caller. We're going to check this back, this flop. And now we're going to bet. I think we're going to go like half pot. Just under half pot. Okay, we're going to fold that. I think I was over c-betting those flops small before. So I think maybe a check, bet, check line works out a bit better. Because the majority of my 3-betting range is going to be Broadway cards. So if I'm auto c-betting that flop, I can be, well, I probably can be exploited somehow. Right, I think I gotta go. So we're gonna fold these two, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace!